Call of Duty Black Ops 6 gameplay was just revealed. We got our first look at the Xbox showcase, including an in-depth look at multiplayer, zombies, and campaign. On first impressions, it was a good reveal, in my opinion. It sounds like there's some significant changes with multiplayer that have kind of piqued my interest, so we're going to be going over everything now. Nice little bundle for you here. Here's the headlines that I think you will care about the most without the fluff. Let's get into it. Campaign, zombies, multiplayer are all using this new system they're calling Omni Movement. This means that you can sprint in any direction, front, obviously, sideways, backwards. You can also dive in any direction. You can dive onto your back. You can move around when you're on the floor. So it's kind of like a mix based on what they showed between something like BF5, Helldivers 2, Max Payne 3. Gave me those kind of vibes. And they approached it in a way that if you can do something in real life, you should be able to do it in this game. And they're claiming that once you experience this, there's no going back to the old movement systems from previous COD games. They didn't go into specifics about how many times you can dive. Is there a cooldown once you've dived? How long does it take to get up off the floor if you're lying on your back, for example? I'm hoping they've got that kind of stuff under control. I used to play a game called The Specialists, which was a Half-Life mod many years ago. That did it really well, and it made you feel like an action movie star. They referenced that term, action movie star, quite a few times in this presentation, so perhaps that's the vibe they're going for. In practice in Black Ops 6, I don't know. I've not played the game yet. I've not tried it. Could be a great thing, could be a terrible thing. We'll see. There was a part 2 where you see a player grabbing a character as a human shield, so is that in multiplayer now? How's that going to work? On top of the Omni movement, they have this new thing called Intelligent Movement with the goal of reducing button presses for the player. And these are assists that you can turn on and off, or you can mix them. You can have sprint assists, mantle assists, and crouch assists. I assume it means that if you just hold forward and there's an obstacle in your way, that you can vault it, will just vault it without you having to press anything apart from forward, crouching into holes automatically, proning automatically perhaps. And they're saying that the player movement is more connected to the world than ever. They've got this system in the game now called corner slicing, which apparently real Spec Ops soldiers use, where you'll round a corner and your weapon will then automatically rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner. And based on how slow or fast you're moving, that will change and reflect that, so you're ready to shoot whatever's around that corner quicker, I suppose. You're going to be able to adjust the HUD as well. This is pretty neat. So you can customize the HUD in any way you like. You can move the minimap. You can move where the guns are, the icons are, have it really clean. You could streamline it. You could have it so your HUD's completely turned off in the non-hardcore normal game modes if you want to experience that immersive playstyle. Theater mode is coming back. I didn't expect that one, but they've actually brought it back. Will it come to Warzone? No. Fingers crossed. That'd be a great feature. In terms of progression, they're bringing prestige back. They said that leveling and XP, it matters more than ever to players. And there was a lot of love for the old prestige systems in COD games. So they're combining the best of the best from previous systems and putting it at launch in Black Ops 6. So you get to the max level, which is 55, and then you get the choice to prestige, reset to level 1, go through all the unlocks again. There are 10 prestiges in total with unique rewards to them. So you can put them on your banners, gun charms, that kind of thing I expect. But then when you get to prestige level 10, you get the option to prestige master, which has an additional 1,000 levels to grind through and a reward at the end of that. I don't know how many people are going to get that. That's pretty crazy, that amount of playtime, but I'm sure many people will. The multiplayer will have 16 all new maps at launch. This is exciting for me. Modern Warfare 3 didn't do it for me because I'd played all those maps so many times in the past in MW2. But this will be 16 all new maps at launch. 12 core maps, which will be 6v6, and 4 strike maps, which can be played either 6v6 or 2v2. And they're going to feature classic 3-lane maps. They'll have fast, frenetic, smaller maps, but also medium-sized too. And from what they showed in the trailer, it kind of looks like there can be day and night variations of them. There's going to be a ton of new weapons too, brand new to the franchise, with a unique mix, they said. Dozens of new unique attachments for every gun, so you can customize your playstyle. But they're all going to maintain the feel and tone of the era. It didn't look like that the skins that you've got in Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Warzone are going to carry across either to this. So I don't think you're going to see Nicki Minaj running around on day one. Maybe they're going to commit to making a Black Ops game actually look and stay and feel like a Black Ops game. And related to that, there will be some classic Black Ops equipment. The RCXD will be back. The tranquilizer traps, adrenaline stims, homing knives, disruptor. So there'll be some familiar stuff with the new. They made a point to talk about the hitboxes or hit zones on characters too. So in the past, it's been 4. But but in Black Ops 6, there's going to be 9 different regions that you can hit. I don't know how this is going to affect the time to kill in the game, but hit registration might be a bit more accurate if there's more hitboxes on the characters. And they say that one of the great consequences of this is that they can have some pretty awesome looking cinematic ragdolls depending where you shoot someone when you kill them. They didn't mention anything about Warzone, but they did make a joke that they couldn't reveal anything yet. The full reveal of multiplayer is going to be August 28th at COD Next, and they've got an open beta in fall for the game, and launch will be October 25th. I'm guessing Warzone stuff will be December. There's rumors that Verdansk is coming back, but nothing set in stone. No evidence of anything confirmed just yet. The zombies announcements got a really great reaction. So round-based zombies is coming back, and they're returning to the Dark Aether storyline. At launch, there's going to be 2 maps to play, with many new and old features returning. You can play as your own operators if you like, but there is a set crew, and if you play as the set crew, you're going to have specific story moments and dialogue between the characters. So it feels like what they've put on the table for zombies is what the fans are after. I'm definitely interested in trying it this time around. It looks like this game is running on the latest COD engine, so the graphics are pretty decent. They went into how they're using photogrammetry a lot, where they scan real objects and put them in the game, used heavily here. And apparently they've got real-time, true to actual life performance characters with the performance capture they've done. And they showed some cool looking effects where you've got dirt in fingernails, you've got fresh cuts, and they will bleed and change. Sweat if a player is running fast. They've gone in and paid attention to every detail, with the effects being grounded in realism. As for the campaign, this is a Treyarch and Raven team up, and their goal was to deliver iconic missions that stick in your memory with this action-packed blockbuster feel, more variety, dynamic moments, and options to finish each mission. The game is said to be packed with unexpected moments and mystery, with a spy thriller vibe. Who do you trust? Set in the 90s, with the Soviet Union still crumbling after the Cold War. The US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War is dominating the news, and there's growing dissent and distrust and conspiracy theories about the US government. So it is actually tied to some of the 1986 flashbacks that we got in Black Ops 2, which means that Woods is in a wheelchair. Menendez obviously ruined him with that Spaz 12 shotgun, but we're going to see a different side of Woods where he's behind a desk in the CIA and often on the radio. There's new characters too. Troy Marshall is Woods' protege, working with someone called Jane Harrow, who's a CIA handler, and manages their relationship with the agency. An operation goes wrong, Marshall and Woods are then suspended and forced to go rogue and get to the bottom of what happened. Adler will be returning to from Cold War. The mission variety and unique experiences that they mentioned, well, they said that there is a massive variety in this single player campaign crafted from the ground up. You might be storming a palace in a jeep, and then you might be doing a heist at a casino next. You're going to travel all around the world with vastly different experiences. The player will have choice to navigate through these missions too, like conversation opportunities. You can talk, barter, manipulate people to complete objectives, they say, which will add to replayability. And there's all sorts of new enemy types in the campaign with different challenges for the player. They said they've worked a lot on how the enemies move. They will push you, they will attempt to outmaneuver you, and think on your feet. Again, we'll see in practice what that's like. One mission in particular they talked about a lot is where you're in a vast desert in Iraq with an SAS team hunting down missile launchers, one of the largest maps ever created for Call of Duty, with more of an open world style. Other missions will take you to the tundras of northern Russia. And connecting all of this is a campaign hub called the Safe House, and it's kind of like the hub they had in Cold War, but this time much bigger, in a huge abandoned manor by the ocean cliffside. And it used to be a KGB black site, which means that when you're exploring it, there's a lot of intrigue there, secrets to discover. The evidence board's going to return with upgrades, and players can view the campaign outlines, getting deeper insight into the missions, characters, lore, that kind of thing. No co-op though, by the sounds of it, but maybe they'll reveal that at some point in the future. And I think that's about all of the highlights in my opinion. If you want to see the full thing, they go into a lot more depth than I just did. It's about 23 minutes long on the Xbox channel. But to me, those are the important things. It's a COD game. It looks like a COD game, right? But to me, the biggest thing is this new omnidirectional movement. I want to try that. And also, there's some good quality of life changes to the multiplayer. I like the idea of 16 new maps too this time, rather than ones that I've played thousands of hours on. It does make me wonder if they'll have that omnidirectional stuff in Warzone. I imagine they will, because it's all supposed to be feeling the same, right? So Warzone might change a lot. Time will tell. But either way, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. I just remembered that I forgot to mention this too. It is going to be day one on Xbox Game Pass. Also, I do apologize for my voice. I am sick again. I keep getting sick. It is what it is. But I really wanted to make a video and talk about this. Yeah, have it out in the comments. Drop me a like as well, guys. Thank you. That'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.